4 in the nation. Green for Notre Dame, rated 5th in the nation. Both teams at one time or another ranked number 1 in the country during the polls throughout the season. Hello, everyone. I'm Dick Enberg. Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana. And congratulations to the 3 teams that already have their tickets ready for Salt Lake City in the finals next week. Yesterday, in the Midwest, unbeaten Indiana State continued its great season. They go west. And they'll be joined by upstart DePaul out of Chicago, who knocked off UCLA, a favorite team in the Western Regional. And now congratulations to the Ivy League champs, the Quakers of the University of Pennsylvania. They will represent the East. And now, Michigan State or Notre Dame, which team will make it from the Mideast? This could be the national championship.
Off the charts, it should be. They both have programs that have tradition. Not knocking Indiana State, they are rated number 1, but the other 3 teams are Cinderella teams going out to Salt Lake City. So this could be the champ here today.
All right, let's
go. Got great hands, a great passes. The way he goes, so goes the fun.
All right, Notre Dame will put a 6'7" guard on 6'8" Johnson. Bill Hanslick.
Bill Hanslick is the stopper. He's a big guard at 6'7". He makes things happen. He has the height and the strength to neutralize Magic Johnson.
All right, a big battle inside. Ron Charles for the injured Jay Benson. It's a spring beat, 6'7" center for Michigan State, and he's up against a couple of very big men for Notre Dame.
He can't do it, 190 pounds. He'll end up getting in foul trouble. Michigan State's got to stay in their zone. Notre Dame got to take him out of the zone. Same Beer and Flowers have just too much strength in him. 10 fouls to work with against 5.
Quickly, early in the game, what should we look for?
Watch for the officials' whistle. If the physical game will favor Notre Dame. If the quick whistle will favor Michigan State.
So the scene is set in Indianapolis, Michigan State and Notre Dame, and we'll have the introduction of the starting lineup right after we pause for this one. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Indianapolis Market Square Arena and the championships of the 1979 NCAA Mideast Regional. Here now are the starting lineups for this afternoon's game. First, for the Michigan State University Spartans. For Michigan State, number 32 at forward, a 6'7" senior from Detroit, Greg Kelser. For the University of Notre Dame, number 44 at forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Essex Falls, New Jersey, Kelly Trapuka. For Michigan State, number 12 at forward, a 6'4" sophomore from Windsor, Ontario, Michael Berkovich. For Notre Dame, number 32 at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Mansfield, Louisiana, Orlando Woolridge. For Michigan State, number 15 at center, a 6'7" junior from St. Croix, Virgin Islands, Ronald Charles. For Notre Dame, number 52 at center, a 6'11" senior from Toledo, Ohio, Bill Laimbeer. For Michigan State, number 11 at guard, a 6'2" junior from St. Louis, Missouri, Terry Donnelly. For Notre Dame, number 42 at guard, a 6'7" junior from Beloit, Wisconsin, Bill Hanslick. For Michigan State, number 33 at guard, a 6'8" sophomore from Lansing, Michigan, Irvin Johnson. For Notre Dame, number 12 at guard, a 6'3" junior from Huntington Beach, California, Rich Branning. The Spartans head coach, Judd Heathcote, and the Fighting Irish head coach, Richard Digger Phelps. Judd Heathcote and Digger Phelps. Each of the other 3 finals have come down to the final minute and often the final shot. Will it be the same? And if so, it'll be a coach's game. Phelps against Heathcote. We'll have the opening tip-off from Indianapolis in just a moment. Officials from the West Coast. Buckowitz, the referee, with Harold and Turner, the umpires. Interesting side note is these men are vying for a trip to Salt Lake City as well. The top man of this trio will be picked to represent the West as one of the officials. Michigan State first on the court in their green, and in the light green, Notre Dame. It'll be Orlando Woolridge jumping for the Irish, although Laimbeer is the center, and Greg Kelser jumps for Michigan State.
Notre Dame usually tries to back tap. Watch Woolridge try to get it to Trapuka.
This crowd of over 17,000 split right down the middle. You're going to hear a lot of noise. Oh, what a play! And Berkovich starts off with a great tip-off play and a steal by Donnelly. 2 Spartans. And Johnson with an errant pass trying to hit Ron Charles along the baseline. The key for Michigan State was to get the early lead, was it not, Coach?
Yes, if they get the early lead, they can sit back in their zone and force Notre Dame to attack their zone. This is going to be a chess game today.
Trapuka trying to break that press. He's had a great tournament again, as he did as a freshman. He's been the top player for Notre Dame in its 2 wins in this 1979 tourney. Hanslick from outside, 18. 2-2, Bill Hanslick. He has played as well as Tracy Jackson has had difficulties for Notre Dame. Evan Johnson and Hanslick got a little piece of him. Wasn't going to call them that tightly. We're not going to see all 5 starters at the end of the game.
Surprisingly, Bill Hanslick made all states, 2 different states. He made it in Oregon and Wisconsin as a high school player.
Folks will remember the Hanslick family out in Lake Oswego, Oregon. From St. Louis, the junior guard, but Johnson is the playmaker, and he has the ball. Hanslick hawking him. Inside to Kelser. All-time leading Michigan State score. Can't connect. Trapuka with a rebound. 2-2 tie. Just underway at Market Square Arena. Capital city of Indiana. This will be the site next year of the championship. Trapuka is rebound by Kelser of Michigan State.
Notre Dame figures they got hit to the wings at the tough angle. I got to shoot from the top of the key to dead circle.
Johnson over Hanslick, can't connect. Foul on Magic Johnson for charging. Now we see it again. Another top player picking up the charging foul.
Watch Hanslick get position. Get position there, holds his ground. Magic goes up. Close call. Could have went either way.
And, of course, to repeat Al McGuire's campaign, he feels that should just be the ball out of bounds. You shouldn't penalize the charging player with a foul as well.
Just count as a turnover. You lose the ball, it's worth 1.1.
2-2 tie. Ulrich gets it into the offensive end for Notre Dame.
Michigan State's in their 3-3 zone, which they'd rather stay in the whole game. Notre Dame has to hit from the wings.
Lane Beer has it taken away by Johnson. 50-foot pass to Berkovich. Donnelly's open from 15. Michigan State leads 4-2.
Donnelly's the quarterback. He won't shoot much, only if he's absolutely open.
Again, it was Johnson's long outlet pass that got the easy shot for Donnelly. Pressure against Lane Beer. He's in trouble, and he's going to be called for the foul. Lane Beer with the elbow.
Did shake him off that time. He's such a big man that the fellow's up around his chin. He raises the ball, he gets the elbow caught in their armpit.
I tell you what, you get fouled by Lane Beer, you feel it.
Right now, I think the refs are letting them play. They're trying to keep control with early calls. I feel a physical game obviously favors Notre Dame.
And it's on ball, 5 seconds. Berkovich, Hawks, and Digger Phelps right there along the sidelines. He was counting with the official. Digger, a serious expression on his face.
Digger's father couldn't make it to the game. He had a funeral today. His father's the undertaker.
Upstate New York. Tip to Branning of Notre Dame. 4-2 trail. Branning to Woolridge. Around the figure red zone. The Irish are going to need the hot outside hand from someone.
See, there's 2 men in the front. Donnelly and Berkovich are so quick they can cover 3 positions. Now, watch it. They go from side to side in excellent condition.
Branning gets inside for a 15-footer. Not there. Rebound, Kelser. Deflected out of bounds by Trapuka. Good reactions by Trapuka.
I don't know what Kelly was trying to do then. He did hit the ball out of bounds. He tried to impress the official to go the other way with it.
37-year-old Phelps, who took his team to the Final Four last year, just as Ray Meyer was quoted yesterday. That was his goal. And Digger, I just want to get to the Final Four. Now he's been there, and you know he's looking for something bigger.
Well, he's like everybody else in life. He wants more.
That's a nice piece on Ray Meyer. First game done by NBC Sports. A great moment for the 37-year-old Baron. Kelser, short. Rebound, Charles, knocked away by Hanslick. Goes quick hand to the 6'7" Hanslick from Beloit, Wisconsin. Low scoring thus far. We've played over 3 minutes, and it's 4-2, Michigan State. Branning from 20. Rebound, Kelser. He has 3 in a row. Donnelly breaks out 2-on-2. That was almost over and back. Berkovich. They call him the golden arm, and Michigan State leads 6-2.
Notre Dame's taking the shot from too tough of an angle. He's taking the top of the key or puts him on the foul line.
16 minutes, 40 seconds left, first half. Hanslick. And back outside the Branning. Branning, like Johnson, the all-time assist leader before he graduates from Notre Dame. He's led the Irish 3 straight years.
Now he has to take that shot. Richie has to take that shot.
Hanslick open. Gets in a little closer, but runs right into Johnson. Michigan State defense. You've ever seen a team play a better zone?
Tough zone. Baseline men sometimes play man-to-man.
Rapilka, tough shot. Rebound Johnson. Here comes Magic. Oh, deflected and out of bounds, and it touched Kelser also. Someone for Notre Dame got a fingertip on it, deflected it just enough. Hanslick again. And then it went off Kelser out of bounds to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame does not have the patience it should have against this 2-3 zone. They should work those front 2 men.
We've played over 4 minutes, and the Irish have 2 points.
Now they're doing it better. They're flashing the man into the middle. Kelly Pachuca's on the foul line right now. As long as they flash men into the high post, it's right at the foul line, they'll be able to bust the zone.
Hanslick has both Notre Dame buckets. It's 6-4 Michigan State. 4.5 minutes gone.
Notre Dame's putting hard man-to-man pressure up court.
Talked to Hanslick before the game, Coach, and he said, I'll try to make Johnson shoot the ball. I'll play off the ball, off him, and defense against his passes and his drives, make him shoot from outside.
Well, he's questionable on the outside shot.
Whistle away from the ball, and it's a charge against Greg Kelser of Michigan State. Kelser has the foul, and we have a timeout. On Sports Day, St. Patrick's Day, but it's a weekend for the Irish here on NBC. Following this game on Sports World, you'll see All-Ireland Hurling Championships. That is incredible action. And from the University of Notre Dame, the Bengal Bout, student body, boxing action. Sports World at 5 Eastern Time following this Michigan State-Notre Dame game. Spartans lead 6-4, Notre Dame's ball.
Notre Dame held huddle too long over there. The referee went over and said, break it up, Digger.
Pressure on defensively in the backcourt by Michigan State.
The 2-3 zone up court just settles right back into a natural 2-3 zone.
Wayne Beer having trouble but does control. Almost tied up.
Oh.
Stolen by Kelser. Can he save it? Yes. Can't hit it. Rebound Hanslick.
Hanslick's playing on both ends of the court. That was beautiful hands by Kelser that time.
Bruce Flowers checking in at the scorer's table. They'll be coming in for Notre Dame next. Stop of the clock. Lane Beer. Woolridge from the base. Rebound Johnson. The Magic Man with Rapilka hawking him. Oh, what a pass to Charlton. A great block by Lane Beer. Oh, 2 beautiful plays back to back.
That was good for the money. Here we go. Watch this pass by Magic. There it goes. Up goes Charles. Over comes Phil Lambier. Beautiful block. No problem. No foul.
Sensational pass by Johnson, one of his many, and then Lambier with a great defensive play. The quality of the action is going to be indicative of what we'll see throughout this afternoon.
Tracy Jackson's in there now. Notre Dame sitting in the 1-2-2 zone.
Tracy Jackson, that's Jackson on Berkovich. He can't hit it. Here comes Hanslick. 6-4, Notre Dame trailing. Both Bruce Flowers and Tracy Jackson in for the first time for Notre Dame. Rapilka had a knock away, regained it.
They're working good against the zone now. They're going around the circumference of it, and they're popping it into the center like that.
Bruce Flowers can't connect, but Rapilka rebounds, can't hit. Flowers rebounds, takes it. Oh! That'll be against Flowers. Flowers jamming his way in, and he picks up the charge.
Got his sports mixed up. Here's a heavy play under the basket. That's Kelly missing one. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. Bruce Flowers keeps control of the ball. He brings it back up again. Watch the next time down if we have time. He put his shoulder into the man.
So Notre Dame loses 2 points, loses the ball, and gets a foul on Flowers. Again, the penalty of the charging foul may be too extreme.
Digger Phelps says that Notre Dame has won 10 football championships, and it's time they won their first basketball championship.
Digger had an interesting quote. He said he had to do over again. He'd like to be a football coach. Out of bounds to Michigan State.
What day was that?
He was quoted the Basketball News. He said, if I'd had it to do over, I'd like to be a football coach. There's a lot of Newt Rockney in him. Into Kelser, and he loses it. Nope, tied up. They did not call the ball out of bounds.
Tracy Jackson gave him a little nudge there with his knee, I believe. Let's look at it. I think I see a little nudge. Watch Tracy hit him with the knee. See that? Lost his balance. End up a jump ball. Tracy Jackson due to have a hot game. He's been in a slump.
Oh, a terrible slump. He's hitting less than 25% from the floor and 25% from the line in the first two tournament games. Gonzalez just into the game, can't connect. Rebound Branning. It's still 6-4, and we've played nearly 7 minutes.
Rich Branning got to start shooting from the top of the key. Good zone, this Michigan State. Okay,
Tracy Jackson can't hit it. Rebound, Rob Gonzalez of Michigan State. Here comes Urban. Kelser deep in the corner. Rebound, Flowers. Both teams cold shooting, but a lot of that has to do with a tough defense.
I think both teams are nervous, too, guys. There's something.
12:40 left first half. Michigan State 6, Notre Dame with the ball, trailing by 2. Inside to Trapuka over Charles. Ties it up, 6-6 for Trapuka. First bucket for him. 12:25 remaining, first half.
Notre Dame sitting back in a 1-2-2 zone, I'd call it. They're alternating their defenses on Michigan State. They feel that they'll cause them a problem.
A lot of movement by Michigan State away from the ball.
Bill Hanslick is favoring Magic Johnson wherever he goes.
Trapuka called for a block. Tried to get in front of Kelser and caught him with a knee.
Watch Magic Johnson work without the ball. That's what makes him so good. Anybody can play with the ball, but 90% of the time you don't have it. Now, if you notice, Bill Hanslick was following him. Bill broke out of the zone and followed Magic Johnson to the weak side of the court.
So they're playing a 4-and-1, a box and 1?
They're just alternating every time down. They're just trying to keep them off balance.
Now we have an All-American first-team player in Johnson, Trapuka, who made second-team All-American in the coaches' poll, and we'll be picking our most valuable player later in this game. Berkovich. He's their best outside shooter. Michigan State leads 8-6. Berkovich has 6 of the 8.
He's the best pure shooter in the Big Ten. That's a nice shot there, Dick, from above.
Barry Coyle, our director, George Finkel, our producer, capturing the action from Indianapolis. You see that zone of Michigan State collapsing in on the ball. And a foul is called. Ron Charles, number 15 of Michigan State. They thought they had a jump ball, did not. First time Charles.
Watch Kelly Trapuka trying to post up underneath there, and it's getting a little bit rough. We've got Ron Charles on his back there. This is a foul right here.
Official called the jump ball. Buckowitz on the baseline, but the official outside saw the push by Charles. 8-6, Michigan State. 11.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Notre Dame's trying to force the ball inside too much. At first, they'll loosen up the zone from the outside.
Branning's 15-footer is short. Rebound, Gonzalez. Johnson brings it down. Berkovich, 22-footer. Good! Foul, Branning, Notre Dame. And look at the Michigan State players. Johnson comes over to ruffle the hair of Berkovich. Magic loves to be a part of this game, no matter whether he's shooting, passing it, or just cheering. Watch Johnson.
I know. Magic's enthusiasm spreads not only to the ball players, but also to the fans. It's contagious. Look at that.
He has a smile that lights up the building.
Berkovich will be on the Canadian team in Moscow in 1980.
He now has 9 points. Berkovich alone has outscored Notre Dame, and Michigan State now has an 11-6 lead. Biggest lead of the game for the Spartans. Oh, Michigan State has really shut down Notre Dame. 9 minutes, they scored 6 points.
Well, they're going to have to put Rich Branning through after he passes. The guards are too stationary out there. They're shooting from a tough angle.
Hanslick has 4, Trapuka 2, and that's it. Jackson changes the story. He's the key to this game, and the key to Notre Dame's going to Salt Lake City.
He's instant offense. He gets a hot hand, Michigan State's in trouble.
11-8 to Spartan. Berkovich. Johnson with Hansel. Kelser draws for Puka. And Puka saves it. And it's out of bounds to Michigan State. Puka had his foot on the sidelines when he went up to try to bat it back off Kelser.
Getting back in the 2-3 zone right now. Overplaying Kelser underneath.
The 24 points Puka scored against Toledo. That's a high mark for any Notre Dame player all year.
They're playing magic man-to-man with Bill Hanslick.
Into the post that goes to Kelser for the 8-footer. Greg Kelser, all-time scorer and leading star for the Spartans, a little cold. 11-8, Michigan State.
Staying in the 2-3 zone.
10-02, 10-01, the exact half-point mark of this first 20-minute period.
Got to keep moving on that baseline, Notre Dame has to. Play the creases. He has to do this.
Ranning 22-footer. Not there. Charles with a rebound for Michigan State. Or they get it to Johnson in a hurry, don't they? Gonzalez looking for help. Oh, what a pass by Johnson.
He didn't pass that ball. He just changed the direction of the ball. Unbelievable pass.
That was one-hand catch and pass, wasn't it?
Ricochet.
Trapuka. Blocked by Kelser. Berkovich has it knocked away by Jackson, and Flowers intercept. Good play by Tracy Jackson. He deserves to, and he earns it. 13-10. He made the steal and got the 2 points. Jackson has 4. 9:15 remaining in the first half. In case you joined us late, the University of Pennsylvania, 2-point victor over St. John's for the Eastern Regional Championship. And Pennsylvania joins DePaul, Indiana State, and the winner of this game in Salt Lake. Great pass by Johnson, and Kelser has 2 more.
They worked on that pass. That was the alley-oop pass. I don't know if we caught that. I'd like to get back to it if possible.
4 points for Kelser, both times an assist from Johnson. Michigan State with a 5-point lead. Hanslick is open. 18-footer is there. Bill Hanslick. He has really come on as a shooter. He was concerned about even taking shots as a freshman and sophomore. Now he seems to have great confidence.
He seems to become their leader on the court.
8.5 minutes left. Michigan State with the ball and a 3-point lead. Foul. Jackson away from the ball, holding Kelser. Tracy Jackson has his first foul. And we have a timeout.
Here's that pass from Magic Johnson. Catches Kelser with a high alley-oop pass, automatic 2.
And Flowers is right there defensively. We'll be back in Indianapolis. Irish hurling from Dublin. Amateur boxing from Notre Dame, Indiana, to follow on Sports World. We wrap up this 4th regional championship, a powerful Mideast, and some have said that the winner today might well be the national champion, and undoubtedly will go to Salt Lake City as the favorite, wouldn't you think?
I believe they will, even though Indiana State is number 1 and deserved number 1. The tradition and the programs, and they've been there so many times before. But the whole country is bird watching.
Oh, but and the whole country has such great choices if they love the underdog. Some will love the Sycamores as an underdog small college team. Some will love DePaul and the coach Ray Meyer as the Cinderella. And how about Pennsylvania? Who would have thought the Quakers out of the Ivy League? They certainly have to be the dark horses. And this team with more recognition during the course of the year. As we said, Michigan State, Notre Dame both ranked number 1 at one time or another. Kelser finger rolls it in. Kelser makes it 17-12. Michigan State, he has 6.
That's a pro ball player right there.
8 minutes left in the first half. The next Notre Dame foul will send Michigan State into the bonus. The Spartans have committed only 3 fouls. That's one of the advantages of that zone. Hanslick, not there. Rebound, Johnson taken away by Jackson. Tracy Jackson playing a tough game, and he scores again. This is the best that Jackson has played in almost a month. He has 6 points.
Cream comes to the top. They say he had shin splints earlier in the month and the end of February, and they're supposed to be healed now.
But there also was a word that he was chewed out royally by his coach. Kelser, a one-handed slam. Irvin Johnson with a feed.
Magic, baby, how'd you do that one? Oh, Magic's upset.
19-14. The combination of Johnson and Kelser getting some easy hoops deflected away. Donley and Johnson. It's Johnson. Back to Kelser. I can't believe it. Oh, my. Listen to this crowd and look at this pass by Johnson.
Playground. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Urban Magic. How many points did he score? 0. Oh, my. Irvin Johnson, brilliant passing, has led Michigan State to a 7-point lead. We have 7 minutes remaining in the first half.
Big basket here for Notre Dame. They got hit this one.
Jackson has hit 4 in a row, so Tracy Jackson comes out of the refrigerator and is keeping Notre Dame close.
Best 6 man in college basketball. Havlicek, Ramsey, and James Lee from Kentucky last year. The same cut of cloth.
Wilcox in for the first time, number 24 for Notre Dame. Kelser, 14-footer, is down the middle. Digger Phelps thought that Kelser pushed off with a free arm.
He did. The inside, he pushed off Orlando Woolridge.
12 points for Kelser to lead all scores. Half of those on dunks, on tosses from Johnson. But a big story developing that Tracy Jackson, ice cold for so long, has really warmed up in Indianapolis. Around that Michigan State zone.
The point guard has to shoot now and then. Quincy Wilcox will take that shot when he has it. They're overplaying now Tracy Jackson.
Wilcox, whoop, hands linked, drives it, and feeds to Flowers. A foul reaching in was Ron Charles. Well, basketball this weekend and next, but right around the corner in 2 weeks, some great ladies golf for you on NBC. March 31st, April 1st, you'll see the women's Kemper, and then the Colgate Down the Shore Winner's Circle to follow on April 7th and 8th. All right here on NBC. Irvin Johnson.
You know, his sister's an outstanding ball player. Her name is Evelyn. She averages 30-some-odd points a game.
He said, tell Coach McGuire, thanks a lot for mentioning my sister. She's been going all over the country since you mentioned how good she was.
It's at Lansing Everett High School, I think.
Everett, yes.
Everett. All right, Michigan State staying in their 2-3 zone, obviously.
In for the first time is Mike Mitchell, the freshman from the San Francisco area, from San Bruno. Stolen by Johnson. 2-on-2 with Donnelly. Johnson, I don't think he's shot yet. There's his first. Not there. Rebound Flowers. Johnson unhappy with himself. He wanted to pass, just no one there.
And they put Mitchell in to shoot from the outside. He's the only freshman scholarship on Notre Dame this year. Averaged 31 points a game in high school.
Jackson, great feed to Orlando Woolridge, and he can't hit it. Flowers with a rebound. Gets two. No, traveling Bruce Flowers. And that brings Digger Phelps off his bench, scratching the back of his head.
He did shuffle his feet that time, Dick.
Thanks, that's what he said to the official. Went by, he said, thanks. 23-16, Michigan State. Here's the scoring. Kelser 12, Berkovich 9. Donnelly 2 for Michigan State. Dickinson 8. 6 for Puka 2, Notre Dame.
Tracy Jackson's now on Magic.
Irvin gets Jackson airborne. Great pick, but can't hit the shot. Kelser follows and scores. Greg Kelser has a great first half. 14 points for him, and it's a 9-point lead for Notre Dame. Or for Michigan State.
In less than 5 minutes.
Notre Dame with the ball, trailing 25-16. Jackson has 10 points. Tracy Jackson.
The Heat filling it up, Dick.
He leads Notre Dame with 10. Charles will wait for help. International look on this Michigan State team. Berkovich, a Canadian. Johnson has his first point, and Charles from St. Croix.
Just a little bit too tall for Tracy Jackson underneath.
4.5 minutes left. First half opening up now. Michigan State, 9-point advantage. Orlando Woolridge, he likes that spot, but way off the mark, and Johnson rebounds. Clears to Berkovich. And he takes it all away. Can't hit it, can't tip it. Flowers had a 3-on-1, passed it up. Now it's still 3-on-2 with Wilcox.
He got hung in the air that time. He tried to play the shot off the basket. There's so much momentum going out at the basket, he played it off the backboard.
Mitchell, Wilcox, Jackson, Woolridge, and Flowers for Notre Dame. Berkovich, Donnelly, Johnson, Charles, and Kelser for Michigan State. Out of bounds to Notre Dame.
It looks like Orlando Woolridge is trying too hard.
Well, he's coach. In his third year with the Spartans, graduate of Washington State in 1950.
Here goes the pass into Orlando, and he's just looks like he's trying to score 4 points at once. He'll settle down soon.
That's a good call. You saw it go off Charles' foot. Now, most of the fans didn't see that, and they thought it should have gone to Michigan State. Good call by the official. Inside, Laimbeer. He scores. Laimbeer makes it 27-20. That's his first bucket. 3:35 left in the first half. And a timeout is called by Judd Heathcote, and he is unhappy with his team.
Only a jet, and they fly us back in here after the game. We got here about 12 o'clock last night. We lost 2 hours in the time bench.
Berkovich, Kelser on Propuka, and it's Propuka with his shoulder as Kelser got him around him. And it's 1-1 for Michigan State, so that's a factor now. And this big crowd of 17,423 sees Kelser at the line. Look at this crowd. Is that a beautiful sight?
That's college basketball.
Two teams went home, but their tickets stayed right here. Kelser gives Michigan State an 8-point lead. Looking for his 16th point of his first half.
I think you should give 10 of them to Magic.
28-20 it remains. Lane Beer loses it out of bounds. Tough break for Notre Dame. Well, the little things we saw it yesterday as DePaul upset UCLA. Johnson with a drive on Hanslick. Wants to bank? Does. 30-20. That's the Spartans' biggest lead. Johnson with 4. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left first half. Jackson can't hit, but he was fouled. Berkovich got a piece of it.
Yeah, Heathcote's up on that call, but he did get a piece of it.
Heathcote coached at the University of Montana before going to East Lansing, Michigan. He has a son of Marv Harshman, Dave Harshman, on the bench with him. Marv, one of the great coaches, University of Washington head man, old Judd. He's an animated character.
Dave is the fellow working with the towel on his face.
Tracy Jackson, who has had trouble from the line in this tournament. Jackson has hit only 2 of 9 in the tourney. 2 of 10. Donnelly can't get it. Propuka does. Fouled. Donnelly reaching in.
They're still 1 away from the 1-1.
2:56 left in the half. Junior from St. Louis, Missouri, has picked up his first. He thought he had the ball.
I think you're going to see some technical fouls through the second half, Dick. Both coaches are working the officials pretty hard.
I know you'll keep an eye on that.
That's how I made my living.
It works sometimes, didn't it? Positively as well as negatively.
I know one national championship, I believe.
Ranning Jackson, Hanslick around the outside of that zone of Michigan State. Look at that Michigan State team shift. A foul. Charles blocking out on Lane Beer, and that is the 3rd foul on Ron Charles. Now that's a milestone in this first half because with Jay Vincent hobbled with a bad foot, Charles is it in the middle for Michigan State.
Well, I said at the top of the show, Dick, I didn't think he'd last, and I doubt whether he'll go into the 4th quarter. What they're trying to do inside the zone, they're trying to post up in front of him.
Those 4th quarters are gone. That went out about 10 years ago.
Well, the last 10 minutes of the game.
Okay, all right.
I'm still used to the 2-hand set shot.
You know, Billy Packard said about you, I don't think you were watching the first game when he said, were you St. John's captain?
Yes.
Billy Packard, and I wrote it down because I wanted to be sure about it. He said, Al couldn't play a lick, but he liked to fight. Is that the word out of St. John's? Where'd he get that information? You weren't a fighter, were you?
It was in another world.
Lane Beer scores, and it's 30-21. First game, of course, Pennsylvania defeated St. John's by 2, and St. John's had 3 shots in the final 10 seconds to try to set it in overtime. 9-point lead for the Spartans as Kelser hauls down the rebound. Whoop, didn't give him any room. That could have gone against Ranning. Kelser brings it in.
Notre Dame's in a man-to-man, trying to create play to 9 points down.
Inside Kelser beat his man. Jackson held him and saved 2. Second foul on Jackson. Proved to be a good one. Kelser is lightning quick at the line where he has 15 points.
He's the son of an Air Force serviceman.
He moved a lot as a youngster. He went to 11 different schools because of the travel of his military father.
His biggest asset is probably his body control. When he shoots his fouls, he shoots them off center.
He's to the left of the center line, as you can see. And he has 2 more, and 17 points for Kelser. Michigan State's biggest lead comes at the 2:22 mark of the first half. Branning. His 18-footer too long, but Hanslick, what anticipation by Hanslick. He was in the corner and came out to get the long rebound.
Real tough zone they have here.
Branning open. Can't get it. Trapuka tip. And it's Berkovich for Michigan State. Johnson says, hold it up. Hanslick and Johnson, a little hand checking and a foul away from the ball on Hanslick. Johnson was saying, hey, he can't keep his hands on me like that. Hanslick has his second. Let's see if we can track that.
They've been
foul
talking back and forth on these fouls. Hanslick's overplaying Johnson. He does push Greg Kelser there going in. I think Johnson, Magic, thought he was going to get the foul shots.
Kelser, 3 of 4 from the line today. Notre Dame has 21 points. Kelser has 18. Notre Dame's going to find itself in the jam that UCLA experienced yesterday if they don't get hot in the final 142 of this first half. And now down by 12, 33-21.
Well, the man in the middle, Rich Browning here, has to step in and take some jumpers from the top of the key. They're trying to score from the wings. It's a very, very difficult shot. You can hit some, but you can't win from there.
That's a foul on Donnelly with a leg.
We're in the 1-1 now, Dick. I'm sorry.
Both ways. No problem, Coach. All right, you said at the start of the game officiating would give us an early clue. Is it just Michigan State's fine play, or is the way the game being called to the Spartans' favor?
I think it's a little bit to the Spartans' favor. They're blowing a fairly quick whistle. I also think the Spartans getting out in front. The zone gets stronger as you're leading. If you slip behind is when the zone becomes a problem, trying to play it.
Hanslick cuts the lead to 11.
If anyone can get Michigan State to play man-to-man, I think you can cut them apart.
So the key was for Michigan State to do just what they did, that's take the early lead.
Yep.
And that explains perhaps why a team like Northwestern had a lot of trouble winning games, able to beat this Michigan State team. They get behind, and it's a different fight for the Spartans.
All different ballgame. You govern the rhythm of the game. If the other team stays in the zone, they're losing.
Boy, Johnson. Gonzalez pass intercepted by Hanslick. One of the 2 turnovers by Michigan State. Jackson trying to convert. Not there. Gonzalez gets the rebound. No one there for the Irish. Johnson with 105, 104 left first half.
That's a big opportunity that time that Notre Dame blew. This Donnelly's a nice ball player.
You talked about the complimentary player. That's what he is to Johnson, isn't he?
Yeah, he just does what he's supposed to do. He stays with his limitations. If he's open, he'll take the shot. Otherwise, he'll pass to Magic. Keep the ball in Magic's hands.
They cleared out, had 4 men on the other side of the floor, hoping Johnson would go one-on-one on Hanslick, but Hanslick cut him off the pass. You see the time. Michigan State apparently going to try to get the final shot with a 10-point advantage. Hanslick stepped in, or is it a foul? Yes, Hanslick.
That's a tough call. Could have went either way. Digger's really up off the bench. He's as red as a, as a rose. Ooh, Digger's storming back and forth there. All right, we'll catch this in the replay here. Magic starts going to his left. He changes direction through his legs. Bill did hold his ground that time. Magic came in with his left shoulder.
I thought it was a good call. I thought that Hanslick hadn't really established his ground. Let's see it again. Maybe we can argue about it.
Maybe we can get another angle on it.
Judd Heathcote, he seems to agree with me.
Here it is again now.
He was still moving in.
Dick, I got to say that you're learning the game a little bit.
He was moving in, wasn't he?
You're learning the game, I said.
Okay, well, I've been with you long enough. I better learn something. Other than how, well, I can't say that.
Watch this. Michigan State has nobody down court here. They're going to set back in their zone. They'd like to get in with a 12-point lead. The least possible lead they're doing is 10. They get Notre Dame to play for 1 shot.
28 seconds left. Johnson hits only 1. It's 34-23. And Notre Dame going for the shot. Time running out first half.
I don't know if they will do it. I think they should play for one shot, try to get in 9 down. 15 seconds to go.
Wilcox inside to Lane Beer. Branning is open from 20. Good pass by Lane Beer. Shot not there. Kelter takes away from Gonzalez. 4 seconds. Johnson has to hurry. It won't count. It won't count. Johnson, look at Johnson. A big smile on his face. Stuck out as if to say, well, I didn't know it was that tight. But he banked it home. He said, I wasn't trying to bank it anyway.
Michigan State by 11 at halftime. It was Pennsylvania by 2 at game's end. Highlights of the Penn victory against St. John's in the East right after we pause for this word. All right, from Indianapolis, where Michigan State leads Notre Dame by 11 at halftime, let's check on the highlights of that Pennsylvania victory in the Eastern Regionals. We go to New York, and this report from Jay Randolph.
Penn led at halftime, 29-26. Both clubs shot under 40%. St. John's Wayne McCoy sat out the last 11 and a half minutes of the first half with 3 early fouls. Tony Price, 7 points in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half. Here's McCoy, gives St. John's its first lead at 44-43. Blair with a layup. St. John's led at 47-43. Tim Smith gets the Quakers back in the lead, 5:38 remaining to play. Here's Price on the jumper. He had 21 points, was the most valuable player. There's Bob Weinhauer. James Salters, 2 free throws. Turned out they won it. This made the score 64-62. Penn was on top.
The other regionals yesterday, Indiana State won at the buzzer. DePaul had only a 2-point lead with 10 seconds left in its victory over UCLA. St. John's a chance to tie at the buzzer. This game is 11 points, but Michigan State obviously not in the clear. They're in command. What might be their problem in the second half?
I would say Ron Charles will probably pick up his 4th foul, which would make Judd Heathcote has to make a decision. And so their bench is thin. They can have a serious problem there.
And that's our Pro Kids College Basketball Report from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Well, I think the key to the statistics is that they cut off Kelly Tribute. Jackson had a good hand with 10 points and Hanslick's 8. But I don't think they can keep Tribute silent for the second half. Kelts is 18 points, and Perkovich is surprising 9 points, is all she wrote on the offensive end.
Michigan State shot 52%. Notre Dame less than 36%. The Irish get the ball to open the second half. And just as it was yesterday in Provo for UCLA to score early, so it is for Notre Dame.
Obviously, Michigan State sitting back in their 2-3 zone.
Oh, that little wrinkle as they cut the guard through that time. Branning, Hanslick with a good move. Can't hit it. Lanebeer knocks it home. Bill Lanebeer, 5 points. It's 34-25, Michigan State.
Big basket for Notre Dame, a nice left hand tapper.
Michigan State led throughout the entire first half, except for 2 times when the game was tied early at 2 and at 6. Biggest lead was 12 for the Spartans.
Notre Dame's playing man-to-man. Hanslick's on Magic.
Hanslick has 3 fouls. Magic hooks and misses. Lanebeer rebound. That's what Notre Dame wants Johnson to do. Shoot, not pass. Branning, 22-footer. Hit by Trapuka. And control. Woolridge with a good play. Went off Johnson's foot.
Magic gave it a good try that time. Watch it go off the foot hit. Trapuka comes over. Orlando Woolridge gets the ball, hits it off of Magic's foot there. Obvious out of bounds for Notre Dame. Great camera work.
Yeah, Johnson immediately pointed at Woolridge, hoping to influence. Notre Dame, 1 minute gone in the second half, trailing by 9 with the ball. You can see they're really jamming on the offensive boards, Coach. They're gambling a bit. They're going after anything that's around that iron. Woolridge from Mansfield, Louisiana, scores. No, the ball doesn't go in, and the foul is against Kelter of Michigan State.
If you notice on this retake, watch Greg Kelser step in as Orlando comes over. Here comes Orlando. He goes to the air, stays vertical. He steps in, gives him a little chest. Good call by the official.
That's right. He was in the air when Kelser jumped underneath him. Second foul on Kelser. Notre Dame certainly controlling the action. If this were a hockey game, they really put the pressure on in the Michigan State end of the rink. Spartans barely touching the ball so far.
Orlando Woolridge has been kind of silent offensively, so these foul shots are very important to him. He seems to got more confidence this year as a sophomore. He was voted at the beginning of the year the most improved player.
That's his first point of the game to make it 34-26.
He grew 7 inches since he was a sophomore in high school to a sophomore in college. That's a lot of clothes you got to buy.
Rebound to Charles. He's playing with 3 fouls. Johnson brings it down to the Spartans. Kelser around Woolridge. He's got 2 more. Leading scorer in the game, Greg Kelser with 20.
He's too fast for Orlando outside. He gets an inside fake. That first step gets around him. They have to adjust that assignment.
Woolridge, a good shooter for a big man from outside. It's Propuka this time. He hits it. Kelly Propuka, quiet in the first half, has 4 points in the game.
They 1 for 5 in the first half.
2 minutes gone. Johnson with a little soft feed to Kelser. And Kelser blows it and finally follows it again. Well, perseverance pays off for Kelser. Third try to charm. He has 22. Michigan State led 2-0. Woolridge. Right there. Orlando Woolridge on a 20-footer has his first bucket.
6'9", he can hit from the outside.
And time called by Judd Heathcote of Michigan State. And that brings the Irish fans up to their feet. 17:38 left. Notre Dame has cut the lead to 8. In South Bend, that follows on Sports World. Kind of like pork.
Well, I kissed the Blondie Stone and it kissed me back.
You hum it, now play it. 38-30 Michigan State. 2.5 minutes into the second half. Bobo Charles, they call him. And again, the perfect feed by Johnson. If that's a hair shorter, they don't make the goal.
He put Bill Lanebeard to sleep that time. Came in the back for the alley-oop pass.
Yeah, they're conscious of Kelser, but they like to work it to Charles, too, on occasion. Hanslick from 16 rattles one home. 40-32. Bill Hanslick has 10.
Here comes the pressure up court now.
I thought we'd see this even sooner.
Well, they a little bit more than Tolkien this time. Now they're backing up a little bit too much.
Berkovich brings it in. Oh, not him. No foul. Browning comes back the other way. Oh, throws it through Woolridge's fingertips. Let's go back to Charles' bucket.
Watch him change direction on Lambert. See him getting back to him. Obviously, alley-oop is up in there. The pass is more than the dunk shot.
Boy, the accuracy of Johnson. I mean, he's not too high, too short. He's working in a pass range of just a half foot, isn't he? Charles way off the mark. Foul on Woolridge, Notre Dame.
He needed a saddle that time. He was on Kelser's back.
First on Woolridge, who never fouled out in high school, and he's never fouled out of a game at Notre Dame. Woolridge goes out, and he is replaced by Tracy Jackson. Next week, the semifinals and the finals, Monday night, the 26th week from tomorrow night for the championship of the 79 season.
I got to get out to Salt Lake to ski snowbird.
Kelser hits again, 42-32, and Kelser, 24 points.
Well, I said at halftime, I think they're paying too much attention to Johnson. They should be paying more attention to Kelser. Here's the shot. He got inside position on Tracy Jackson. He's taller than he is. And obviously, if you got him caught on your rear end, it's 2 points automatically.
Well, Johnson had 7 assists in the first half, so he's going for double figures again. At times, this zone is described as one man's defense, but it isn't the way Michigan State plays it. Boy, they're alert. Make the adjustments. Always putting the pressure on.
Well, they complement each other, and the baseline's big and strong and mobile more than anything else.
4 minutes played, second half. Branning commits. Rich Branning makes it 42-34. He has his first points of the game.
They're ready to bust out Notre Dame here, I think.
Berkovich, Kelser, not afraid to shoot from there, but way short. Charles trying to get the rebound. Was fouled by Lane Beer. His second. Tigger Phelps is off the bench all the way across the middle line.
Yeah, I think we're getting very close to technical time here.
Although he's doing nothing but calling out offensive defensive strategy.
That's because 3 officials are watching.
Well, that jaw becoming more and more set.
Yeah.
That's one nice thing about you. You stayed in your seat.
That's a safety call.
Kelser in the crowd to get the ball. Can't hit. Kelser gets it back. Scores. Oh! The tenacity under the boards of Greg Kelser. He refuses to be denied. 26 points for a man many feel was deserving of more All-America recognition.
He gets off his feet so fast and he can repeat jumping without taking a step.
That's Lane Beer. Blocked by Kelser. Saved by Kelser. Oh, my! But he was on the baseline. Out of bounds to Notre Dame, but that takes nothing away from his hustle.
Watch Greg Kelser go over and block Lane Beer's shot. Here he goes up. Pure block. Got control of the ball. He doesn't get rid of it till the foot touches outside. Notre Dame's ball.
44-34, the Irish trail Michigan State with 5 minutes gone in the second half.
The front of the Michigan State zone is not as quick as it used to be. They're starting to tire Berkovich and Donnelly.
They haven't recovered court from standing on the sideline. It's off the leg of Flowers. Out of bounds to Michigan State. Hanslick pressuring in the backcourt. Berkovich handles the ball well for a 6'5" man.
For a Canadian.
Deflected by Jackson and batted back brilliantly by Kelser to Berkovich. Here comes Irvin. Stolen by Trapilka. Beautiful play. Inside to Flowers, and there's the 4th foul on Ron Charles of Michigan State. Now mark the time. 14 minutes, 27 seconds left. Charles has 4.
Watch, they're posting up Charles underneath, even though he's in the zone. Flowers posts him up there, automatic foul. You can't do anything about it once Flowers got the ball. He's too big and strong for him. You got to remember that Charles is only 190 pounds.
With the injury to the starter, Jay Vincent, who's the number 3 scorer for Michigan State, Judd Heathcote forced to go deep into his bench, and it is a thin bench. Rob Gonzalez, Detroit freshman, he's 6'7". He wears number 35, has replaced Charles. Gonzalez playing the back right side in that zone.
He had a good game against LSU. He's a freshman, needs more playing time.
The shot is good. The foul is on Gonzalez of Michigan State. And here comes Notre Dame.
Yep. They're starting to make their move. If we get a replay on that, I think you'll see Gonzalez step underneath him.
Now Gonzalez has the foul, and Hanslick with a shot at the three-point play. Almost tears coming down those cheeks of Judd Heathcote.
Oh, he's working. He's a good coach. He gave me some great moves against Lamar when they were down in Murfreesboro last week.
Bill Hanslick converts a three-point play. That's the closest that Notre Dame has been in a long time. They've cut the lead to 7. 13 for Hanslick.
See from above, you can see the 2-2-1 zone press they're putting on. Almost stole the ball.
Johnson 3-on-2. And now they'll settle it up.
That's right. They're back to man-to-man now. They adjusted once it's over half court.
Berkovich against Tracy Jackson. Inside to Johnson. Great feed to Gonzalez, and he scores. Johnson with another assist. He has 10 in the game.
That might have been his best pass, Dick, but it wasn't spectacular.
He had about a 5-footer, and the man would have a better shot, Gonzalez. Hanslick, up there. Rebound, Trapilka, and a foul. No shot, no basket. Foul is against Michigan State.
Watch this feed by Johnson. Berkovich will give Johnson the ball. As he goes in, watch Gonzalez is free on the right side there. I think he might have taken a little walk. Goes in an obvious 2 points. It seems that 90% of the offensive scoring by Michigan State is connected some way with Irvin, one way or the other.
The cheering is from Michigan State. Jay Vincent on a bad foot comes into the lineup. Gonzalez goes out. Now sometimes, while emotionally that could give a team a lift, if Vincent is as hobbled as he looked in the warm-ups, he's going to hurt his team.
I don't think he'll be in there too long. I said at halftime the problem would be Charles picking up the 4th foul.
13 and a half minutes left. Notre Dame with a 9-point deficit staring at them. Branning knocks in another. 46-39. Rich Branning has 4. Jackson hawking Berkovich. Ooh, almost intercepted by Branning.
Beautiful move. Notre Dame's playing man-to-man. They're letting Johnson have all he can eat from the outside.
Posting up on Hanford, trying to get along the baseline. Can't. Berkovich passed up about a 27-footer.
Jay's just gingerly moving around out there.
Through to the iron. Greg Pelzer with a left-handed dunk, and a foul is on Trapuka. And he may have gotten a technical. I don't know. He said something to Bob Harold, the official.
And no, it'll just be the foul on Trapuka.
Greg Pelzer's first step is so quick that it's frightening.
Second foul on Trapuka. Pelzer just beats his man in that first step and show that he can nail it with the left hand as well as the right.
Okay, Kelly, you better leave him alone.
And the officials, and it's good. They'll take a bit more in these championship games than they might in the regular year.
Well, these are the best in the business, these officials.
Pelzer cannot has 28 points in the game. Michigan State's lead is 9. 12 and a half minutes left.
Plenty of time.
Jackson, not there. Foul away from the ball. It's against Pelzer of Michigan State for pushing against Trapuka. And for Pelzer, that will be his third. He fouled out of the game on Friday night.
One important statistic here is that they have 5 team fouls, so they're only 2 fouls away from the 1-1, which put Notre Dame in a nice position. They're down 9 points at the present time.
Deep in the corner, Trapuka. He is best when they need to. That's when he likes to have the ball.
That was downtown.
Good pressure. Stolen. But what's the call? Out of bounds to Notre Dame, I believe. Yes, Notre Dame has the ball on the turnover. Digger Phelps keeps appealing to people along the press rows if they can help him. There's no one over there that can give him any help.
Is this a dagger I see before me? Which handle towards my hand?
48-41. Notre Dame bucket would pull within 5. Less than 12 minutes left. Johnson on Jackson in that zone. Donnelly picks up Hanslick. Trapuka to Branning. Good patience by Notre Dame. Hanslick, tough shot. Rebound, Pelzer.
That was a bad shot.
Irvin Johnson down court, around Jackson, foul on Jackson, good call, got him with a leg, he stuck the knee out.
Absolutely a super call.
Phelps again, all the way to midcourt off the bench for Notre Dame.
Tracy stepped in that time, Dick.
Foul on Jackson, number 30, his third.
For Jackson,
On the
his third foul, and that's the 6th on Notre Dame.
Same here, number 52.
He looks like a man just wandered into the gymnasium and said, I wonder what's going on. He goes sit back and check out the action. You know what's happening inside these men. 48-41. Big Ten champion Michigan State leading Notre Dame. Lane Beer flirting with a foul. Vincent, good move on Lane Beer, and he scores. Nothing wrong with a foot on that one. Jay Vincent, his first basket, and a tripping foul on Trapuka.
Vincent gives a head and shoulders fake on this. Watch. Berkovich hits him, gets a head and shoulders fake, gingerly goes around Lambier, lays it in at half speed.
And then Trapuka, trying to press down court, picked up a tripping foul. And for Tilly Trapuka, that's his third. Michigan State by 9.
Both teams have 5 team fouls. Plenty of time left, 11 minutes and 15 seconds.
Let's Check that team foul situation. Seth Bailey working with us. 5 for Notre Dame, 6 for Michigan State.
Oh, excuse me.
Law pass, and the Spartans get a break. It goes all the way through. Vincent off the mark. Batted out, and Notre Dame's Kapuka made a mistake. Knocked it out to Donnelly. Alley-oop. Kelser. Oh, what a play! Great shot by Kelser in midair. Timeout, Notre Dame. And the green and white from East Lansing, Michigan shares an 11-point lead as we approach the halfway mark of the second period. Post St. Patrick's Day sports sold out, 17,000 plus. You see, Michigan State leads Notre Dame 52-41 with 10:55 remaining in this game. Greg Kelser, look at that. 30 points, 11 rebounds, and we have not played a full 3 quarters of this game yet. Check Kelser's all-time high is 36 as a junior against Detroit.
He has all the physical tools. He runs, shoots, and jumps. Plays good defense.
Notre Dame starting to feel the pressure. They must. We'll watch the young head coach Phelps as he sees his team on offense. Hanslick for the 8-footer.
Still, Hanslick comes up with the big baskets all the time.
15 points for him.
Putting the trap down court here. They broke it.
Johnson looked left and threw it right. Berkovich and Kapuka picked up a foolish foul. That'll be his 4th. He knows it. He shouldn't have tried. Kapuka with 4. Digger Phelps checks the clock. 10:26 left in the game. Will he go to the bench?
Number 6 on the team.
16 foul on the Irish.
No, I think they'll let Kelly stay in there and go all the way. They either end up in Salt Lake City or they go out and play golf, get the uniforms clean, one or the other.
Interesting similarity between this Notre Dame or this Michigan State team and DePaul. DePaul used 5 men yesterday, and Michigan State basically a 5-man team today against the Irish. Good move by Johnson, but it won't count. It'll be a foul against Hanslick. Hanslick thought that he had been handled by Johnson's free arm.
Magic just has too many fakes. He uses his hips, his head in his fakes. He uses his hands and his fakes. Watch him. Go around, and there's the hand inside that Bill was pushing off with his inside hand.
And Johnson, if he did use the free hand, it was very light. Tough call. I think Hanslick felt that he was pushed.
Hanslick was hand checking him. They call that a handshake.
4 for Hanslick, 4 for Kapuka. And suddenly the foul situation presents big problems for Digger Phelps. Johnson, an excellent free throw shooter. Well, he's not a great outside shooter. Johnson hitting only 44%. He's 84% from the line, so late in the game when you have the lead and he'll have the ball, you foul him, and it's almost an automatic 2.
Yeah, but you know, I've never known anyone be a great free throw shooter and not be able to hit from the outside. I just don't think he takes enough shots from the outside.
Check this zone defense from the high camera, Coach.
Yep, 2-3 zone defense. They got Charles back in there now.
Way off the mark, Woolridge. Berkovich got the carom. You know who that is.
They're going to spread out now. Change up.
Johnson knocked away off the fingertips of Kapuka, blocked it away from Charles. The anticipation of that man's incredible. He was right in front of us in that line. How did he know that his teammate was going to be there? He didn't look.
He just has complete court sense and vision that covers the whole court. At that time, I thought he should have taken the shot rather than try to give it to Charles. He threw a bullet that time. Maybe Charles wouldn't be able to handle it.
9:45 left. Michigan State by 11.
Yeah, they're spreading out a little bit now. They start to wind the clock down. They're exchanging on both sides.
They unable to cut into the 11-point lead that the Spartans had at the intermission. Oh, Johnson then takes the 16-footer. How do you figure? Biggest lead for the Spartans, 13 points, and it comes with 9:20 left.
Notre Dame has to get a man on the foul line with back to the basket.
Mike Minter's going to come in for the Irish. He's a good outside shooter. Brandon comes bumps and hits. Rich Branning makes it 56-45. 6 points for him, all in the second half. 9 minutes left. Kelser deflected away, and Papuka with a loose ball for the Irish. Lanebeer. 4 quick points for Notre Dame. It's 56-47 with 8:48 left. And a timeout called by Michigan State. And with 8 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the game, Michigan State leads Notre Dame by 9. Although the NCAA has consultation rights with respect to the announcers used on this telecast, NBC makes final selection of all such announcers. Here's the lineup for next final doubleheader.
Come join us.
Kelser to Johnson. Ooh, almost traveled.
Coach Judd says that Magic Johnson is the best ball player in all of basketball.
He is the franchise that he's lancing. Even the football coach, Phil Rogers, said he's helped the football program with his presence. Everyone wants to meet Magic. Almost turned over on the 5 count. He got the pass away at 4.
They're pulling up a little bit too soon, Dick. There's over 8 minutes left.
8:11, 8:10 left, 56-47 Michigan State. Spartans have led throughout. Notre Dame has never enjoyed the lead. Tied early in the game, first 3 minutes, that's been it.
They're trying to isolate Greg on the side. Kelser try to take Kelly Kapuka one-on-one.
Berkovich is free. Good pass to Charles, and he misses the layup because he was fouled by Lanebeer with the body. Lanebeer, 3 fouls.
This is an obvious foul you're going to catch in this replay. He pushes right around the hips. You watch, here comes Berkovich coming in to kick the ball off to Charles. Now watch Lanebeer push the hip. See him push the hip right there? Obvious foul.
Defense to the line. Ron Charles. Peter Phelps has past putting himself in a position, or his team is, of having to do the coaching job of his life.
Well, it's a 9-point spread.
Charles has his third point, and Michigan State back on top by 10.
Charles started the first 19 games, then was bumped out of it. Since the injury to Vincent, he started up again 2 games ago.
Ranning in for Mitchell for Notre Dame. Now, Charles, at the age of 16, a junior in high school, was a member of the 1975 Virgin Island Pan American team. So he's played with some experienced athletes at a tender age.
He's the unsung hero of this club.
He rattles in a couple of free throws, has 4 in the game. And Michigan State back on top by 11, 7:47 left. Papuka. Out there, Irvin Johnson. Great rebound by Tracy Jackson to get 2. Took it right away from Irvin Johnson. 12 for Jackson.
Games are won within 3 feet of the basket. Notre Dame cannot win from that far out.
Notre Dame fans wanted an over and back on Kelser. He pirouetted right on that midcourt line.
There's Magic, the coach on the court.
Notre Dame starting to gamble more on defense for the steal. Kelser has no opening.
Rich Brannon adjusted in the middle and clogged it up that time.
Handless now on Berkovich. Johnson. 7 minutes left. 7 minutes. Spartan keep away.
They want to keep the ball in Magic's hands at all times if possible.
Hanslick with 4 fouls. Can't stop him. 60-49. 11 for Magic.
Move like velvet.
Jackson handles the high pass. Branning, 20-footer. There. Rich Branning has hit 4 field goals in the second half to keep Notre Dame in the game. 60-51. 6.5 minutes left. Johnson scores again, and a foul is on Johnson. We'll see if they allow the basket. Basket is allowed.
Watch this move here. As he goes in, he gets around the corner, nice and easy, takes that one quick step, and goes by Hanslick. Now here's his last move, where the basket's good, and he's called for a charging foul on it. He goes up.
The foul is on Johnson, number 33.
For Johnson, it is his second foul. 62-51. Judd Heath coach Michigan State Spartans in the lead. 6:20 left.
Both teams are in the 1-1.
taking charge. Hit by Landere. Volleyball. Kelser gets another rebound. He has been outstanding on the boards as well as with his great shooting, 30 points.
He's so much quicker than anyone else out there on the baseline.
Gary Donnelly. You hardly know he's there. Donnelly, he's like an umpire. Doing a good job, you don't notice him. Berkovich saw daylight and pulled it back up. Foul, Branning. Rick standing with a foul. Again, our condolences to the family of Bob Cochran, friend of NBC Sports, passed away during this week. Our very best to his family and friends.
The 34, back in for Notre Dame.
Bruce Flowers returns. Bill Landere out. Orlando Woolridge back in for Notre Dame. He replaces Trapuka. Michigan State dealt the early cards. The opening tip-off was a design play that went for an easy basket by Berkovich, and they have had control of the game since. Stan Wilcox back in as Hanslick takes a breather.
What they've done now, Dick, is they've moved in a lot of quick guards, and they're going to cover all over the court defensively on Michigan State. Try to create some turnovers.
Berkovich misses the free throw, and that could be critical for Michigan State. They are going to have several visits to the line, and if they miss the one-on-ones, would be in trouble. Jackson, did that go out of his hands without someone touching it? Jackson just lost control, apparently. Yeah. Might have been tipped by Michigan State player, but it was still in his control. Berkovich gets away from Wilcox. Well, he's an amazing player. Big guard. And he's played a steady game. He's unsung.
Well, I think that Magic Johnson sets the theme for the whole team, unselfishness. Matter of fact, the teams that are in the NCAA are all unselfish. Penn, Indiana State, the Sycamores, and obviously DePaul. And it's a team game. It's not an individual game.
Flowers fouls Berkovich near the 5-minute mark. You know, many of today's student athletes are interested in aspects of life other than personal glory. Drug abuse, one of the biggest problems confronting the nation's youth, is a major concern of thousands of talented student athletes. The NCAA and the Fiesta Bowl are united to educate young people against the tragic effects of drug abuse. Get high on sports, not drugs. Preceding message furnished by a public service of the NCAA. Berkovich has not scored in the second half. Looking for his 10th point, but first, a timeout, Notre Dame. Gives us a chance to talk about next Saturday, Coach Al McGuire. Conley to Johnson. Remember, Trapuka has 4 fouls, and so does Hanslick, and that's why Branning is on Johnson, and that's a mismatch because Branning gives away 5 inches.
Well, they're just trying to cut off Johnson at the pass, but he takes that first step so quickly that no one is quick enough on Notre Dame to guard him. If Notre Dame has a problem in their team this year, they're about a 5th step slow. Now, they're not putting anyone up on the line, Michigan State. They're just setting back into their zone. You notice there, off the monitor.
4:08 left.
I don't know the reason for this completely, but obviously Judge is a good coach and everything.
Johnson, 17 points. His average is 16.4. And, of course, you add in all those assists, and he's like a 30-point man.
That's one half.
Branning, 22-footer. And, again, Notre Dame forced to hit the outside shot. Hanslick, foul by Kelser. And if it is Kelser, it's his 4th.
Yeah, well, Kelser didn't realize. He really fouled Bill Hanslick with his back that time. If we get a replay on it, you'll notice it. Here it is, watch. He has his back. Now watch here. Bill come back around to his left. And watch Kelser turn his back. Now he turns his back there. See? Catches him on his back. And Bill let the ball out of his hand to create a 2-shot foul.
Hanslick looking for his 16th point of the game.
I seem to be seeing better today for some reason, Dick. Must be the carrots I ate last night.
68-56. And Hanslick trying to whittle the Spartan lead to 11. He's played a great game again. Down the stretch the last 2 months, Hanslick has been an outstanding athlete for Notre Dame. Johnson lobbing it to Donnelly. unenviable task of Hawking Johnson.
If they're going to foul, they should foul Charles or, surprisingly, Kelser. They're the two worst foul shooters on the team. Ron Charles shoots 61%, and Greg Kelser, excuse me, I'm wrong. It isn't Greg Kelser. It's Jay Vincent who shoots 57%.
Branning has joined the 4-foul club of Notre Dame. 3 members. No one has been disqualified yet. Charles has 4 for Michigan State. Murray Donnelly, a chance to talk about this junior from Parkway North High School in St. Louis. Nominated an All-Big Ten academic team, a bright young man.
Well, he's the quarterback of the team. He keeps it steady.
Averages only 6.5 points a game, and as you mentioned, Coach, he recognizes his role. Johnson's the star, and he's just there to help out.
Probably only takes 3 shots a game.
Donnelly has 4 points in this one. Michigan State refusing to buckle under. They still lead by 13. And time running out on Notre Dame. 3.5 left. Wilcox can't hit it. Kelser with a rebound.
Well, it's getting down to curtain time now. We need some quick turnovers.
Michigan State fans are on their feet. They smell victory. They're ready to go to Utah. Kelser gives them a 15-point lead, and that should be it. Under 3 minutes as Jackson connects. But Tracy Jackson certainly has had a big game. 16 for him. 72-59. But now Notre Dame has to score almost every time they get the ball, and they must get it from some turnovers. Biggerfeld trying to put the pressure defense on. How do you stop Johnson?
Well, he has the poise and the confidence of a senior. Of a postgraduate senior, I should say.
2:36 and a foul on Jackson. Tracy Jackson, another Irish player with 4 fouls. Duke has 4, Hanslick 4, Branning 4, Jackson 4. Executive producer of NBC's College Basketball is Don Olmeyer. Today's telecast produced by George Tinkle, directed by Harry Coyle. Thank you, gentlemen. A great job. Technical director Bruce Berquist, associate director Randy Wands, feature producer Don McGuire. The green and white pom-poms of Michigan State. As Greg Kelser lines it up for his 33rd, can't connect. Hanslick hurries it back for a 17-footer. Bill Hanslick, 18 for him. 72-61. 2:23 left. And a foul on Hanslick, and that'll be all for him. Bill Hanslick leaves with 19 points. Played a superb game. And a few times he's fouled out. Tough assignment. Irvin Johnson did it well and contributed so well offensively.
He always does a good job. He'll be back next year. He's just a junior.
Bruce Flowers is going to come in for Hanslick. It's one of those situations, he's so competitive, didn't want to sit down. He doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that it's over for this day, and maybe this year.
Well, what they said earlier in the year, they wanted 3 things to be successful this year to make Notre Dame a super team. Number 1, they wanted to concentrate on clock situations. Number 2, they wanted to improve their foul shooting as a team. And number 3, which is most important, not to be complacent about automatically returning to the Final Four.
Johnson's at one end. The other 4 Spartans are way down at the other end of the court. Irvin says, doesn't matter much. I'm going to make these 2 anyway.
You can tell by the way I wear my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk.
What's that from?
Oh, that's right, fever.
74-61. I can't keep up with you, Coach. Tripucka has to fire. He's way off the mark. Charles out of bounds. Ball bounce beyond that baseline. The Irish have pulled off many a miracle in their sports history, and they're in that situation now if they're to win. Branning can't hit it. Johnson rebound. Berkovich going to bank it. Tipped by Kelser and in. Charles or Kelser?
That was Kelser.
Kelser, 34 points for him, and it's 76-61.
Magic Johnson gave us some French pastry that time.
Here come the Spartans. They're on their way to Salt Lake City, fans, and they're going to be led by Johnson and Kelser. Oh!
a 360 that time.
Timeout, Notre Dame, and the power belongs to Michigan State.
Well, let's let them kiss each other. Let's give it to both of them. Gillette's a nice company.
All right, $1,000 from Gillette Razor Company to Michigan State University in the name of Irvin Johnson and Greg Kelser, who have starred in this Michigan State win today. A block by Donnelly, and Jackson controls for Notre Dame. The Irish, you know, they're going to battle down to that final buzzer. Trapuka along the baseline, they'll give them that too. 78-63. Trapuka, 8 points. It's been a quiet game for Kelly.
Well, there's 44,000 happy students at Lansing, Michigan.
East Lansing.
East Lansing. Where's that at?
Right outside Lansing. Berkovich, 2 for him. So Mike Berkovich, the Canadian entry on this Michigan State team, has 13. It'll be the Spartans and the Quakers. A foul against Donnelly for the block. Stops the clock with 51 seconds. Hey, we may see Shoes Huffman. Shoes Huffman may get in. We're going to start seeing some of the reserves for Michigan State. Here comes number 23, Mike Longacre, a junior from Warren, Michigan. He's in for Greg Kelser. The hand for Kelser, the game's leading scorer. 34 points. Digger Phelps comes over and shakes hands with Kelser and wishes him well. Hey, what a nice touch by Phelps.
Salt Lake City, you're in for a treat. You're going to catch Greg Kelser in 2 more college games.
Jackson at the line for Notre Dame. Hits the front end. 80-64 the score. Michigan State has won impressively in all 3 games in this tournament. No one really has challenged the Spartans. Woolridge gets the rebound. Rebound, Jackson makes a 3-point play out of it. Tracy Jackson, he'll be back next year. It's 80-66, Jackson with 19.
Well, Michigan State's been on the uptick coming into the tournament.
Berkovich flying in. Woolridge with the rebound. Kind of hope there's a timeout so they can take Johnson out and let these fans give him a standing ovation.
Well, there's 30 seconds left. I think there's enough time. Here comes our man, Shoes.
Shoes Huffman's going to come in. But we got to have a timeout here. Wilcox scores. And no timeout yet, 19 seconds. We got our man Shoes at the bench. We'll start a
scorer's table there. Oh, Shoes got to get in here, Magic.
Johnson, you got to call time.
Oh,
Huffman's going to miss his big moment. He's on the sideline. 5. It's all over. Michigan State will play Pennsylvania. Judd Heathcote, Michigan State Spartans. And look at these kids down. The Michigan State Spartans have hugged each other, fallen on the floor, embracing the love affair of victory.
Congratulations to the Big Ten.
And for Judd Heathcote, for the first time, he joins that select Final Four. Next Saturday, Michigan State, champs of the Mideast, against the Ivy League Eastern champions Pennsylvania, then Indiana State and DePaul, and I can hardly wait for a week to go by.
No coach in the Final Four has ever been there before. It's just something that's so great for a coach to be there.
Kelser's 36 points, Irvin Johnson 19 to lead Michigan State. Notre Dame 19 each for Hanslick and Jackson. The Irish, a great ball club all year long. They step aside to Michigan State. Obviously, Digger Phelps will return with a great club. And for Michigan State, with their win today, they'll be the team to beat in Salt Lake City. A final celebration. Johnson